I was in the gym today and we were joking about music that was going on. And there was like Journey came on, right? And it was some song that a boyfriend of mine had put on like a tape, a mixtape for me. So at first it was like I miss the rains down in Africa. And if anybody's watching this and you are offended by my saying I hate that song, I hate the song. I don't know what it is about me, but I hate the like I miss the rains down in Africa song. It's like mopey and whiny and I just it's not even upbeat. I don't know why it was playing in the gym. And so that came on, and then right after that, it was some Journey song that my I can't tell you what the song is now. If I hear it, I'm like, oh, it's that song that like my boyfriend put on. Oh, just a small town girl, you know that song. So he put on a mixtape for me when I was in high school. So I was like making fun with my trainer was over on the other side working with somebody else, and I made fun of that. And I was like, it was on a mixtape. And then I like we were joking about mixtapes, right? And then she's the person she was training started talking about CDs, and I had this memory pop in my head that comes in my head a little bit. And the memory is this. I was standing in my dad's house when he was married to my stepmonster. And it was a house in Bridgewater, New Jersey. And so I was standing in the house and my dad came up to me. It must have been the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. It's somewhere in that like little time period. And my dad came up to me and he said to me, Kim, Apple, Macintosh, because then they were Macintosh. Macintosh just signed a contract with Apple Records. And this contract is a really, really bad contract because Macintosh made a promise with Apple Records that they will never get into music. And my dad was like, this is really short-sighted. No, I had just gotten like a Discman. Ooh, and I was like starting to buy CDs. Ooh, right? Like I was busting out of tapes and moving into CDs. Like this is that time period. And I was like, Dad, what are you talking about computers and music? And he looked at me and he pointed at me and he said, never underestimate the power of a computer and what it can do. He was like, it's always going to do something new, and you never know where it's going to go. And this is short-sighted of Macintosh. Fast forward years later, I was lamenting I couldn't get the Beatles, or somebody was lamenting, not me personally, but somebody was lamenting because I don't really, but you couldn't get the Beatles on iTunes for a really, really, really long time. And the reason for that was because of that contract that Macintosh made with Apple Records. And so this is where the team wants to come in. Now that you have the background story, we want you to know very clearly that just because where you are in spirit doesn't mean that's where you're going to stay in spirit. Never underestimate the power of the technology that you have inside of you that spirit is able to open and use and crack open. Your emotions are incredibly important and they are the guide, but you also have the ability to imagine and you have the ability to envision. And that with spirit working together, you are able to create something new. Albert Einstein knew E equals MC squared before, long before it was ever proven, right? He knew it long before it was ever proven, and we showed that to him. He walked in spirit. He had imagination. Do not doubt the power of your imagination and where it can take you. You think it's just fun and games and childish and child play. It is not child play. It is practice for creation. And so it makes us think of a story. I'm popping in and out. So, like, give me a sec. So, Isabel had a story this week about how she got really mad at her team when she was younger because she felt like she was just being Barbied around in a Barbie house by her, like her team, because they would like put her here and then they would put her here and then they would put her here. And then she stopped playing with them because she's like, what's the point? Because all you're going to do is move me around where I don't want to be, right? And they got mad at her. They're like, no, 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 we have to co-create together. Like, this is us working together to co-create. And so we want to say to you what is so important for you to hear is that you are co-creating with your spiritual team, and they can only take you as far as you are willing to go. And so if you make a contract like a Macintosh and Apple made with each other, where you say, this is as far as I go, this is the line in my sand, I'm not going any deeper than this, right? If that if that is as far as you are willing to go, then you are saying to spirit, I am cutting off and I am not willing to play. You are saying this is it for me. And we are saying there is so much more. So if you feel like you've hit as far as you can go inside of spirit, we need you to know, we need you to wait because there's always a wait time. We have to like take you in and then get you used to where you are. And then once you're used to where you are, you will get bored because that is humanity. You will get bored. And then you wait for a while and you wait and you wait and you wait. And then you will realize that the right teacher will come in, the right experience will come in, the right moment will come in. You will get a fresh new download, depending on where you are in your own personal walk. It may be for some of you who are very new, it is a new teacher's going to come in because you can't get there, but just by listening to your own spirit, your radio station is too clogged. There's too much static you can't hear for yourself. Your beginnings, in the beginnings, it'll be a new teacher will come in, and then a new teacher will follow, and then a new teacher will follow. And when you're ready, the next teacher will come, which is an old expression. The new teacher will come. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And we say yes to that. We say yes to that. But for those of you who are like, what comes after Isabel Zimmerman, right? What do you do after Isabel Zimmerman? Because Isabel Zimmerman picks you up and puts you on a completely different planet, right? Her work is planet changing. And so once you find a teacher who is of that caliber, what do you do next? And the answer is your team will show you. They will give you assignments. They will give you things to do. And if you choose not to play, you simply don't do the assignment. If you choose to play, however, we will blow the doors off of your understanding and we will take you deeper. Each of you in this room, we want to say at this time, and anybody who's listening, you might be, not seeing your teacher, and your teacher will come in, right? And your teacher will come in, and your teacher will come in. But for those of you in this room, you are all set and prepared and ready to hear. You all can hear. You are all tapped into your own spiritual truths. And since you're all tapped in, you know what to do. Now, we want to say there's a part of you, there's a part of some of you in this room, and part of you who are listening who are thinking, what if I get it wrong? Because that is a stigma, hindrance, blockage on planet Earth. You need to be right. You need to be right. You need to do it right. You can't mess it up. Kim, for years, would do something, know she got it wrong, and then she would stop listening to us and cut us off. And then she would feel like she was lost. She would spend a year or two floundering around, not listening to us. And then she would become desperate that she would reach out and touch us again because she knew that she couldn't live her own life without being spirit connected. But she was terrified of getting it wrong. And we will say we would rather have you moving forward and be wrong because at least you're moving forward than just sitting. We can use you when you're willing to try. If you're not willing to try, you will be stuck in tar pits. You will be gluey and gunky and not able to move, and you will feel gross. Spirit is encouraging, it's uplifting, it makes you feel better. It takes your heart and lightens it. If you're not in that open heart space, if you're not flowing in open heart space, then you are stagnant and you think this is all there is. And there are people who are in spirit who think this is all there is because they've been given an assignment and they haven't done the assignment. Now, for some of you, like sweet Michelle, who are like, I'm doing the freaking assignment, right? I'm doing the assignment, and where is the freaking change, right? For those of you who know Michelle's story, you know that this is true. However, we will also say to Michelle, you are growing in ways that you have never experienced. It's like taking a tree and giving it pure oxygen and pure minerals, and all of a sudden what was a little sapling is now a giant oak that's like, years and years large. You've done that in a very short period of time because you have taken your assignment and you have run with it as far as you can. And we are pressing you into even more knowledge and depth so that when you find your purpose and you find the thing you were put on this planet to do, right? When you figure it out, the person who will explode into that is going to be ready and running. There will be no more preparation for you because right now is your preparation. And so, though you feel like I'm doing the assignment, what the hell, this is that waiting time we were talking about, right? You just hang in there, pumpkin, right? Just hang in there. You just hang in there because it's coming. It's coming for you, right? And so, for those of you who are feeling lost and feeling like, what is next for me? We encourage you to reach out to your spirit team and say, I want the next thing. I'm ready. Whether or not you guys think I'm ready, ready now, my spiritual team thinks I'm ready, I am ready. I'm ready to grab onto it. I'm ready to hold onto it, and I'm ready to go on that adventure. Please, please put me in, coach. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play, right? So do not be afraid to step up and step out and say what you want and you need. Tell your team specifically what you want. If you want to go deeper with them, tell them we want to go deeper. I want a teacher who's going to bring me in deeper. At this point, right, for Kim, she's in the back of the head going, "Yeah, please, can I have another teacher who's going to take me deeper?" And they're like, "Dude, they're in your head." Right? Your teachers, Kim, are in your head. You have to trust them and you have to listen, right? Now, for those of you who don't have the teachers inside your head, that's okay. It's okay. We're going to help you. Your spiritual team will help you, but you have to say you need the help. People don't know if you need help if you don't tell them. You ever had anybody come up and say, "What do you need? What do you need? What do you need?" If you say nothing, people walk away. They walk away. When Kim was working in the NICU, she would tell people to tell people what they need, and then she would tell people what they need. They would be like, "Well, what do we need?" I'm like, "You need people to bring you dinner." I'm like, "You need people to come and clean your bathroom because you're not going to get it done. In 3 weeks, you're going to look at your bathroom and be like, this place is disgusting. You're going to need people lined up to clean your bathroom. You're going to need people lined up to make you meals. You're going to need people lined up to like just be there for when you lose your crap because you're stuck in a NICU for weeks. Like, you're going to need your people." And when you say we don't need anything, you don't know what you don't, again, as humanity, we love humanity. We love humanity, but you don't know what you don't know. You don't know what you don't know. And so anytime you don't know something, feel free to look up to your spiritual team and say, I don't get it, explain it. Because that is how Einstein figured out E equals some MC squared. He looked at his spiritual team and said, I don't get it, explain it. And he sat with them until he got it. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to ask for more. Don't be afraid to ask for more. Don't be afraid to reach out and say, I need more. Amazing things are in store for you the more you're willing to press into your spiritual team. And just because you think you've gone as far as you can go, which is a line from Oklahoma, right? You haven't. Because back then, when they wrote Oklahoma, they were amazed that there was only 6 stories. They were amazed at 6 stories. And now we've got the Burj Khalifa, right? Which is literally like scraping the sky. In fact, people who are in the Burj Khalifa can feel it waving. It's so tall, which on some level freaks Kim out, right? So you have no idea how far you can go and how deep you can go and how intense it can be. They will always protect you too. You can't go so far that they will like, you're going to lose yourself. Like that's not going to happen because your team will always protect you. We love you so much. Thanks for this time and giving us this stage.